Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Carl Anthony, and this is AutoVision News Radio Live at AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024. We are with Faez, CEO of Sheba Microsystems. And Faez, welcome to AutoSens and InCabin. Friend, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
We did this virtually. Great to do it in person. And you're here with us in Barcelona. So why AutoSens? Why has Sheba Microsystems decided to come to AutoSens? What makes this a good event for you?
Yes, what makes AutoSens a special event is that it represents a community of experts and engineers who share same interests in the sensing part of the car, which is
Yes.
ADAS, camera, vision, and all of these systems. So it's we are dealing with a group of community who are expert in their fields, and we usually come to AutoSens first to showcase and demo our technology, our latest technologies, and also to reach out to customers because it's well attended by OEMs, by Tier 1 customers.
Sure.
And lastly is to learn new things about other companies, what others are doing. There's a lot of great innovations out there, and we love to learn and keep up to date in terms of latest progress in the ADAS camera vision systems.
Absolutely. And keeping with that same learning theme, let's learn a little bit more about Sheba Microsystems. So tell us more about your technology and some of your core value propositions that you bring to the automotive industry.
Yes, very good. So very good question. So we'll start by talking about the problem our technology solves. Our technology solves the thermal defocus in automotive cameras, and this thermal defocus comes because of the when the camera experiences temperature fluctuations from -40 to 100 degrees, then everything expands and shrinks.
Yes.
So the alignment between the optics and the sensor gets impacted, and that leads to severe degradation in the image quality. The value proposition for our technology is our technology enables consistent high quality imaging of the camera across the temperature range from -40 to 125 or 105. And this is very important because this is the reliability of the vision systems for the cars, right?
Yes.
You don't want to have camera streams well or getting a good quality imaging at certain range, like at good weather at 20 degrees, 30 degrees, or but you want it to be operating normally in all conditions, environmental conditions, because that's something regarding the reliability of the safety of the car, right? So because now they are moving towards autonomous driving. So you want to ensure you are streaming the same quality of the image across all temperature range. And one point to highlight here, when we say temperature range from -40 to 100 degree, some people might say there's no weather that goes to 100 degrees, right?
Sure.
But the problem is that the heat comes from the camera itself. There is image sensor there streaming and heats up the camera quickly to 60 degrees like normally.
Sure.
When you turn it on in a room temperature. And with ADAS camera under the windshield exposed to the sun, then it gets even hot, and it easily go to like 90 degrees or 100 degrees.
Right.
So it's very important problem that we are solving, and as I said, the value proposition, we are providing consistent high quality imaging, which makes the AI algorithm, vehicle perception algorithm much easier to identify objects in front of the vehicle. Is this human being or animal? Is this, what's the license plate readings, the sign readings? So this is very important.
Yes.
The finer the details.
Yes.
And now, as we see, like from 2000, like when they introduced the VGA camera resolution, but now the industry moving towards large pixel count image sensors. Now they are at 8 megapixel. And this event, I think OmniVision announcing 12 megapixel, and they're gonna continue to have large pixel count sensors. And the challenge becomes much more severe with large pixel count because the pixel size is small, and then you have a large number of pixels. Then the depth of focus of the optics becomes shallow. So you need really actively align the image sensor within that depth of focus to keep crisp image streaming to the vehicle.
Right.
So this is the problem we are solving, and we solve it. How we solve it by, the products. Our products are actuators, electrostatic micro actuators that moves the image sensor back and forth and always keep it in focus. why Sheba was able to solve this problem is because our approach is unique. We are moving the image sensor as opposed to the optics. Usually the autofocus challenge or the athermalization challenge in smartphone cameras was solved by using the PCM or electromagnetic actuators that are widely used in the smartphone, but they are moving the optics to achieve autofocus. Right. But the optics of the car are very heavy, like 30 times heavier than the smartphone optics.
Sure.
And the only way to do it is by moving the image sensor. Our actuators are silicon made and the sensor is silicon made, so they are compatible. And we developed the know-how how to do wire bonding from the image sensor directly to the outside circuit. So this is the way we solve it.
Right.
And yes.
Yeah. The history of Sheba Microsystems. You're CEO now today, but there's a history here that goes all the way back to your time at university.
Yes.
Tell us the story of how we got here today.
Yes, sure. So basically, I joined Professor Ben Murad lab at the University of Toronto in 2012.
Okay.
And I was working on the MEMS. And my task is how to make MEMS actuators much more effective in handling large masses.
Sure.
MEMS actuators, electrostatic actuators, are usually known to move sub-milligram masses, like micromirrors. That's the heaviest weight they could move.
Sure.
They are fast and lightweight, small size, but their main challenge was moving large masses, because when you are actuating and moving large masses, that's the big challenge. Like in accelerometers, they are moving sub-milligram masses. But how to make the actuator moving in a lens barrel, that's a big challenge. You need to have robust design. And that was my main task. And when I looked to the available electrode configuration in MEMS, was mainly comb drive structure, which is basically consists of two interdigitated fingers that are aligned together. And each finger is supported from one side, the other side is free. But this comb drive structure is widely used in sensors like gyroscopes and accelerometers.
Okay.
But when it's used in the actuator, it's not reliable because they could stuck and they could easily break.
Sure.
So I came up with an innovative approach called piston tube electrode configuration, which is new in the MEMS field at that time. And it's basically, instead of moving in plane motion, we switched it to out of plane motion. And the actuator itself consists of two layers. The top layer consists of holes, like throw holes, rectangular shaped holes. And at the bottom layer, we have pistons that are vertically protruding and aligned with the holes. And with the actuation or the application of the voltage, the tubes engaged with the pistons in a piston-like motion. So by having these holes instead of fingers, the structure itself moves as one rigid body. So it's a very robust structure and moves the mass efficiently. And it's robust against shocks and severe drops. So this innovation, and we had patented this innovation in 2014, and by end of my PhD, we have around 7 patents.
Sure.
And we founded Sheba Microsystems as a spin-off University of Toronto. And since then, it was established in 2016. Since then, we've been integrating the technology inside the cameras and also further optimizing the technology, maturing it, doing a lot of reliability testing.
Right.
And we found this problem, mainly we were focused on the smartphone at the beginning, but we found a big problem in the automotive industry, fixed focus cameras. Yeah. That when we move the image sensor, that's the only way to do it. You cannot move the optics. So it was a sweet spot for our technology.
Of course.
Yes, and we developed a number of partnerships with the current customers now.
Sure. Faez, you hosted an official AutoSens roundtable last night, the opening night of AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024. And the subject of that was why maintaining image quality of high-resolution sensors across temperature range, which we've been discussing, is critical for vehicle safety. So what were some of the questions and comments, and what were some of the discussion points last night during that roundtable discussion? Yeah,
it was very interesting roundtable discussion. It was well attended. We have a lot of experts from different companies. So they're interested in knowing more about our technology, the solution of the technology, They were asking about the stroke range for the actuator, reliability of the technology. So it was very interesting to discussion. And also one of the like highlighted issues that potentially our technology going to solve is the aging of the camera.
Yes.
So
yes.
the aging of the camera is a very big problem. Over time, the camera could degrade because of the adhesives and glues, by moving from thermal cycling, like from 70 degrees to minus 10 or 20 degrees over time. Everything like expands permanently. Could be like kind of plastic deformation for the glues.
Sure.
So there's a drift in the focus, and you want to ensure when you use an ADAS camera that this camera is very reliable. I mean, the focus is there. And so our technology helps solve that problem, and this problem was brought up by a number of attendees. So it's a very interesting discussion.
Sure. Your booth here, your Sheba booth, when you mentioned attendees, is a popular attraction here. Yes. at AutoSens. Tell us what are you showing for attendees? What can they see here this week in Barcelona?
Yes, so this time in Barcelona, we are showing or doing a benchmark between our technology, autofocus camera, Sharp 7, and one of the top-in-class fixed focus automotive camera. And we are doing the comparison head-to-head, using the same lenses, same image sensors, same image processing pipeline, and we hit up the cameras, and you can see the effect of the problem. And with our technology, so basically we are using a MTF live measurement system by DxOMark. So we are jointly doing this with the DxOMark, well-respected image quality assessment company in the field. So we are doing this live, and we hit up the cameras, and you can see the drop in the MTF function for both cameras.
Right.
But when you activate our actuator movement, our cameras bring up the quality or restore the quality of the image at room temperature.
Right.
So it's a very live demo, and that's why you're getting a lot of attraction.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see the excitement around your booth, and that it is such a big attraction here in Barcelona. Faez, from all of us here at AutoSens and InCabin, want to wish you a great rest of the show. Safe travels back home. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing your story as well.
Thank you.
From all your work at University of Toronto.
My pleasure.
Let's do this again sometime soon, friend.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. More to come from AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024 from the Fira de Barcelona alongside Faez Batis. I'm Carl Anthony, AutoVision News Radio.